Welcome to Listen at Lunch. My name is Carrie Blake. Today is Friday and we're on episode 46. I have a couple samples that I've made up and we are going to do a couple off the cuff simple stamping today. And I'm excited to share these with you. I received a whole bunch of swap cards, so I signed up for a swap. Oh my goodness. Okay, sorry about that. Story of my life. Yeah, I just had something fall off the wall. Okay, that's good. Oh, this is a great day. So I sign up for a swap, which means however many people sign up for that swap, you make that many cards of the same card and you send them off, and the hostess divvies them all out and sends them back to you. And I received some gorgeous cards, and one of them I want to share with you today. And we're going to pretty much case, which is copy and share everything, this card, which I think is adorable. So this is today's theme. I'll take it out of the packet for you. Now this card, and hopefully I'm right side up. I'm right side up. Oh, that's so exciting. All right, so this is the card. It is darling. It's made with, I believe, the owl set. I didn't pull that out to show you. And this is brushed metallic foil. And it's just adorable. Very simple. Simple is chic. So today's episode is about simple is chic. All right, let's jump right in. By the way, this card was made by Leona Langlois. Isn't that cute? So simple. So I've got in my head, swimming around, a couple ideas. I made a couple other samples to show you, but we're going to start with my go-to, guess what? My favorite set in the August through December mini catalog. It is just gorgeous. You know, I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but when I was growing up, my family, my being the youngest, I did a lot of traveling with my parents as a solo kid. And we used to go on these fall color tours. My dad just loved it. He was a cameraman. He took pictures everywhere we went. He loved the peace and tranquility. And little Miss Brat, being a young kid, teenager, just dreaded getting in that car and driving around looking at colors. But boy, what would I give to do that again, right? Hindsight is 20/20. So anyway, this fall is up there and one of my favorite seasons. I think I like spring, then summer, then fall, and the only thing I don't like about fall is it leads into winter. And I love a fire in the fireplace and keeping warm inside, but I don't like winter to have to drive in it. So that's my story. I chose the Love of Leaves again. This is a gorgeous bundle. The Love of Leaves stamp set and the dies coordinate, and they're stitched and they're beautiful. And you've seen me use this before, but this is perfect for this card, I think. And I'm also going to show you a technique that Sarah Douglas, our CEO, also did, and I haven't done it yet, so we're going to do it together today while we make our Simple is Chic card. So we'll set this aside. And I'll grab the frame that fell off my wall and get it out of my way. Yeah, it's just going to slide all over. Oh my goodness. There we go. Okay, hopefully that works. All right, I also chose, Plaid Tidings Designer Series paper. Yep. And I'm going to choose, I chose the big leaf from the Love of Leaves stamp set. And I've got it mounted on a block, ready to go. I've got 3 of the colors that coordinate with the Plaid Tidings Designer Series paper. I have Pumpkin Pie, Cajun Craze, and Cherry Cobbler. Hi Joyce, thanks for joining. All right. And I'm also going to be using a spritzer. And this, I usually like to fill it with alcohol because it dries faster, but I did fill it with water this time. So we'll see how that works out. You don't want to, this is a spritzer, so you're going to do it very light and kind of far away, because needless to say, when you spray this on your stamp, you don't want to get a lot of water on the Whisper White cardstock because you don't want it to bubble up and so forth. So the cardstock I'm using is just like the swap card I received. I have a hamburger fold card base in Whisper White thick, and this is 5.5 by 8.5. Hi Joyce, thanks for joining. And I also have a piece of Whisper White at 3.5 by 4 3/4, and we're going to just put that on top. And then I chose one of my absolute favorite pieces of the paper to go underneath, this really pretty plaid from Plaid Tidings. So we're going to be stamping on this. I'm going to need my Stampin Pierce Mat 126199. This is what you need with photopolymer stamps, so you have some cushion, some padding. The colors in the Plaid Tidings are Basic Black, Cajun Craze, Cherry Cobbler, Cinnamon Cider, Mango Melody. Excuse me. Maybe I should use Mango Melody instead of the Pumpkin Pie. I think I'm going to. I think I'm going to trade this marker out. Instead of the Pumpkin Pie, we're going to go with a lighter Mango Melody. Oh yeah, that's going to be great. Okay. Misty Moonlight, Pretty Peacock, Pumpkin Pie, Rich Razzleberry, Seaside Spray, Shaded Spruce, and Whisper White. So there are tons of colors that coordinate with all these gorgeous papers. So I just happen to choose the ones that I like best. Okay, and we'll just set these two aside, set the stamp set aside. We're going to be stamping directly on this, but what we're going to do first is we're going to take our Stampin' Right markers, and I'm going to use the paintbrush tip. And I'm going to pretty much color this all in, and if it doesn't work, we'll go with the Pumpkin Pie because I have a couple extra pieces cut. So I'm going to start out with Mango Melody all over. And this is kind of a distinctive stamp too, if you'll notice. It has some shading on the stamp itself, which is very pretty. Hi, Pam. All right. So Mango Melody is all on there. Next, I'm going to, you can just see a light hue. Next, I'm going to take Cajun Craze. Ooh. And I'm going to just kind of sweep some Cajun Craze in there. Not all over, kind of random, because when you end up spritzing it, you're going to spread all your colors around anyway. And then I have Cherry Cobbler. Taking the paintbrush tip, and let's see, I'm going to kind of stick this around the edges. That's kind of what happens in the fall. It kind of just goes to the edges with that really dark color. Like I said, I've never done this before, so you're watching me do a first. Okay, so I think that's pretty good. Next, what I'm going to do, let's give this some more definition. All right, next, I'm going to do this off to the side because I don't want to get water everywhere. I'm going to use my spritzer with a little bit of water inside, and I'm going to spray on top of this once, twice. I'm going to spray off, and then I'm going to spray on top very lightly. you hear that? Oh, well, it would help if I had the little knob faced in the right direction. See? All right, there we go. So I've spritzed it a little bit. I don't know if you can see all the little spritzing. And I'm going to come down here. Let's see, how do I want to do this? I think I'll do it this way. And I'm going to press down using my Stampin Pierce Mat and lift up. Ooh, that's really pretty. Okay, a little funky, but you know, that's what leaves are. So I'm going to go with it. I'm pretty happy. All right. I'd love to see you do this technique and show me how yours turns out. Okay, I'm not going to put these away right now, but I am going to set them aside. Set this aside. And I will show you, I tried to do a rock and roll method where you ink it up with your lightest color first and then you kind of tap in the two other colors, and I didn't like how it turned out. But it's okay. But this one is pretty fun. All right. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my greeting, which I chose. Well, let's clean this off real quick. Set it aside. Got a lot of wet on it. All right. So I chose the greeting from The Love of Leaves, and I chose I'm So Glad You're in My Life. And I think probably the best color, I don't know, what do you think? Should we go Rich Razzleberry or should we go Cherry Cobbler? And let me pull both of them out. Here's the Cherry Cobbler. And, okay, Rich Razzleberry's around here somewhere. Maybe we're just going to go with the Cherry Cobbler because I can't find the Rich Razzleberry. Oh. Okay, we're going with Cherry Cobbler. So, no choice to be made. Oh, I guess we should anyway because the little gems I'm going to use are Cherry Cobbler from the Holiday Rhinestone set. All right, so I'm tapping this gently, inking it up, and I'm going to put it right here. Gotta look, see. Hope that's straight. Close enough. That's pretty. Not as dark as I would have liked it, but that's okay. All right. Set that aside. Okay, so then I'm going to, let's go ahead and add our designer series paper to our card base. And of course I want to use the multi-purpose liquid glue because I can move it around and it can be straight. I like the wiggle room. Whisper White is not very forgiving with adhesives. When you don't have it on exactly where it should go, when you lift it up, it rips up your paper. So, all right, let's see, where do we want this? I want it right about here. See how I did that? Kind of judged where the paper should go. Oh, I like that. Do you like it? Cajun Craze is not one of my colors either, but this paper has got me sucked into that color. All right. Okay, good. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to pop this up with dimensionals. And I'm going to show you the Take Your Pick tool again to peel these skins, you know, the little cover off the dimensionals. I'm starting to get good at that. Just stick it in and kind of twist it sideways and it takes it right up. Well, sometimes you got to do it twice. Yep. Yep, and takes it right up in there. Yeah. Because sometimes I have some nails to peel those off, and sometimes I don't. All right, so we've got our dimensionals on there, and I'm just gonna center this baby right over my designer series paper on the card base. And look how pretty that is. Ooh, I love it. All right, so I thought we could use some of these holiday rhinestones, but I'm thinking the cherry cobbler might be way too bright. I think I want something a little more subtle. So what do you think? Should I go with the gold gilded gems? Or shall we go with pearls? Let's see what I've got here in my embellishment kit. Oh, I've got some of these pretty pearls. Those are really pretty. Very, very subtle for this soft leaf, so let's do that. We won't worry about the different sizes. We'll just go with it. All right. So let's open these up. These come in gold and silver. And one just came off in my fingers. Ooh, two. All right. Put one here. One over here. Maybe not. And let's do one more. You use your little piercer from the Take Your Pick tool to pick those up too. You just put your finger over the pearl and then lift it up on the end with the piercing tip. And voila, we have a really pretty soft I'm so glad you're in my life card. So pretty. Okay, I'm actually going to demonstrate a second one today because I wanted to use this stamp set to show you. I haven't made a sample before, so this is another one where I'm going to be winging it. Let me put these pieces away. So pretty. All right, set this up here. The next sample I'm going to make, and I'm glad you're sticking with me here, thank you. And there's another pearl stuck on my thumb. We're just going to leave it there and see what happens. All right, so the next stamp set I'm going to use is Queen Anne's Lace. And this is a very special stamp set. Not only is it pretty, because you see these all over the place, and this reminisces from my childhood as well. So these Queen Anne's Lace, this stamp set is free when you sign up and order the starter kit with Stampin' Up. You not only get this stamp set, you get another one called So Much Love. Those two are free, and you also get 2 packages of card bases, 8 card bases and envelopes, and card pieces, and a package of embellishments to have 16 cards to use with these 2 stamp sets right when you get your kit. You get $125 of whatever you want, which you could order the SEMA, the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, which is $120, and you could order a package of pearls onto that for another $5, and there you've got your $125, and you've got an awesome die cut machine. It is so wonderful. Okay, that's my pitch. The Stampin' Up! Starter Kit is amazing, and this is one of the free stamp sets in September's kit. Okay, I'm going to be using this, and I decided to go outside the box. I am using the Playing with Patterns Designer Series paper. It's 6x6, and there's tons of different colors, and let's put this up here on an eye. Tons of different, well, if I can get it, lots of different colors to choose from. So that was pretty fun, but I decided to go with Purple Posy. So I chose this pretty little pattern, very soft, very subtle, and I also chose, I went outside the box and chose Purple Posy cardstock to make this card. So the dimensions are the same. This is a hot dog fold. This is 11 by 4 1/4, and it's folded in half. It's scored at 5 1/2 in the direct center, and then you've got your hot dog fold card base. And this piece is also like the other. It is 3 1/2 by 4 3/4. Looks a little bit larger. Looks a little bit larger, doesn't it? But it's not. It's 3 1/2 by 4 3/4. Okay, so we can go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and place this pretty designer series paper right underneath. It's gonna be very subtle. I didn't pull out my craft mat because I don't want to keep you too long here. All right. So I use this just to kind of go over where I want to place this piece of designer series paper. There we go. So right about here. And again, I get to move it around because I use the glue and it doesn't grab it immediately. It doesn't dry immediately, so you can move it around and adjust it. Okay, there we go. All right, and then we can just set this aside. Next, we're going to take this 3 1/2 by 4 3/4 piece of purple posy, and we're going to grab our Stampin Pierce Mat as padding, because this is a photopolymer stamp set, and I've got my photopolymer on the blocks already, and sure hope this works. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and ink this up, and I think I'm going to take, because this is such a big stamp, instead of pounding it on the stamp on an ink pad, I'm going to take it. Come back to me. Thank you, Lisa Bauer. Thank you, Sherry. Thank you, Mary. All right, so I'm going to ink it up this way, and I'm going to make sure it's very detailed. So I'm going to make sure that I've got ink everywhere in these little tiny crevices. Okay, that looks pretty good. And if it doesn't work out, we can always stamp it again. We just turn our paper over. I'm not so sure I like how heavy these stems are, but we'll wing it. My name is Carrie, my name is Carrie, my name is Carrie. Luann, where are you? Woo! Yeah, those are pretty, yeah, I like it. Okay, that turned out better than I thought it would. Okay, so we've got our stamp, our main focus, and I'm going to use the Thanks from the same set. And I love that it's photopolymer. I put it on a bigger block, so that way I have better coverage than a little block to see where I'm going to stamp the Thanks. And where should I stamp the Thanks? I think down here. And this is kind of, this is a forgiving stamp too. So if you stamp it a little crooked, it doesn't matter, because that's kind of how the font goes, doesn't it? At least that's what I'm going to say. All right, so now we've got that, but it's kind of blah for me. So what I thought we would do is pull out the white Stampin' Chalk marker, and we're going to dot in, and this was sitting in my bin, so I don't know how old it is, but I figured I would kind of dot in a whole bunch of little white accents so that this would pop out a little bit, because, you know, Queen Anne's lace are white. So I'm going to dot these the best I can to add some white. And you know I'm not a huge colorer, so bear with me, because oh, I think this is going to be pretty. And they're kind of random, sporadic, so, you know, if you cover up some of the black, it's okay. I'm glad this one isn't, this one's still juicy, because I like to use this. You know, you can always also use this Stampin' Right chalk or Stampin' chalk marker to cover up little boo-boos that you, little strays or halos that you stamp on your cardstock if you don't have a little sanding block. Did you know that? Okay, so, oh, thanks for sticking with me. I'm not a real good colorer. Okay, 2 out of 4. And this also, this Stampin' Chalk marker, this is the only marker that I recommend you store with the cap down. All the other markers you're going to store flat so ink doesn't flow to one end. But with this Stampin' Chalk marker, you want that ink to flow to the end. So you're going to store it standing up. Okay. This is looking pretty. It's real soft, but I just wanted to put in a little white because Queen Anne's lace are white, and I'm using Purple Posy cardstock, so oh, look at these cute little go back over them a little bit. And they show through a little, so I kind of like that. It shows through the black just a little bit. But there's some white accents to it. Isn't it pretty? Oh. Okay, so Facebook has a new, which is one of the reasons I was late. Facebook has a new face format, and it's going to be a learning curve for me because I just like to be comfortable and in my safe space. So now that they've changed the face, I got to get used to it here. So I just went away. Now I'm back. All right. So there we have the thanks. We've colored it in with the white chalk marker. Next, I'm going to let's see. We'll just go ahead and put some dimensionals on top and put it on our card. Sure those are down. There you go. Okay, we'll use my nail. See, it takes me a little bit with my nail too. All right. Either way, here's our card base. And this is, you know what else would be pretty? Maybe if we sponged a little, I think I'm going to do that. We're going to sponge a little Purple Posy. And I just happen to have a sponge right here. You get 3 sponges for, I believe, $3.50 or $4, and I cut them up into wedges, and then I put a little I cut out a piece of cardstock and staple it on the end, but for the sake of hurrying through, I'm going to grab up some color. Ooh, that's a lot. So and I'm going to just go along the edges of this to really make it pop. You're gonna see it looks subtle. It looks like, what are you doing, Carrie? That's not gonna show up, but watch. It's almost like adding a darker layer underneath your main piece, like a matte. Kind of like it because it adds to the wispiness of the Queen Anne's lace. Glad you're still with me. All right, so here we go. Wow, very pretty. All right, and in accordance to following the encasing the card that I'm casing, here's that card again. I'm going to use these Playing with Patterns resin dots because these are purple posy, and I'm going to put my, because 3 is a good number. It's an odd number, but supposedly it's a good number to use, odd numbers, when you're doing embellishments. And it's not really going to show up, is it? So maybe I should go with something else. Yeah, I'm going to go with this. I think it's pretty soft. Okay, one here. Let's put this one up here. Down here? Or up here? Where's my Cindy when I need her? She's probably spinning records on her disco stick. Okay, let's see. I guess up here. And I'll do these two. Right here, let's move this one down a little bit. Okay, that's kind of hard for me, but I'm going to go with it. So there we go. We have our card. And it is Purple Posy using the Queen Anne's lace that you can get for free in the starter kit. I love how the sponging just kind of popped everything up for you. That's really pretty. Okay, yep, I do. You were just going to ask me, right? Do I have any other samples to show you? I sure do. Let me show you. So here's Queen Anne's lace. Here is the Love of Leaves. I'm pretty sure you can see these. Let me move down here. Yep, I think you can. All right. So the other samples, I have a couple more samples to show you. Here is the one we're casing today from Leona Langlois. Very cute. So I'll set that there. Then I chose a stamp set I haven't used yet. Yep, that's right. I haven't used it yet. I chose By the Dock. And this stamp set has coordinating dies that cut out the paddle, the dock, the boat, just about everything in this stamp set. And I chose some, because I'm using this dock, I chose the water piece from Whale of a Time 6x6 Designer Series paper. And I'll show you that one. And I also chose the Artistry Blooms Pool Party Sequins. And I made this card. What do you think? Okay, and that's it. Water in the background, and then I chose Misty Moonlight for the color of the accent, and these are the Pool Party, Calypso Coral colors of the sequins. And then I have one more to show you, and I used the Snow Wonder set. Okay, so this Queen Anne's lace is in the annual catalog. The By the Dock is in the annual catalog. The Love of Leaves is in the August through December mini catalog, and Snow Wonder is also a really cute set in the August through December mini catalog. And it has some really pretty dies to go with it too. And it has these snowflakes that are an embossed. These do not cut out snowflakes, they're an embossed edging border like. And you even get 2 banners in there as well. So this is a beautiful stamp set that you can order on my website. And with a $35 order now through Tuesday, our next Listen at Lunch, I will send you 2 of these cards. All right, so here is I used the adhesive back snowflakes and this one as well. And I used the Snow Wonder paper, I believe, and I did a Happy Christmas, and I didn't even color in the snowman, and he's so pretty. Now, if you can see, I embossed with that die. I embossed little snowflakes on the top corners and bottom corner, like a border. I hope you can see that. But so simple. And you don't even have to really color him in. You could, and he would pop out, that's for sure. But look how pretty that is. Yeah. So what do you think? You like these cards today? I hope you do. Because if you like what you see, I hope you'll order from me. I would like to ask you for your recommendation. If you're enjoying these lives, I would really appreciate you sharing me with your friends so we can all have some crafting therapy together. And if you're not on my newsletter list, if you get my newsletter, you've seen today, you know, this month is Stamptember, and I have a lot of events going on as a last push to earn my incentive trip to Maui. And there's one more that I didn't post in my newsletter that just went out that I'd like to share with you. The Boho Indigo product medley is absolutely gorgeous. And it can be masculine, it can be feminine, it can be down the middle. It comes with the full pack of designer series paper with some embossed papers, some beautiful paper flowers that have beads on them. You get this die set, you get this gorgeous stamp set, and you also get 2 bolts of ribbon, which are really pretty. Now this is all a product medley. You have to, it's a suite of products with a item number code. So if you want all of these products, you order with the one code, and it's $70, and you get all these products that coordinate, which I think is a great value. And you also, when you run out of this paper, which you're going to, there's a refill kit with these paper flowers and the paper itself, and that's $23. But my special is if you order this Boho Indigo during Indigo suite of products, not just the refill, the suite of products during the month of September or Stamptember, I will send you, at the end of the month, I will send you 8 different cards that are made using those products. So I'll send you the supplies for you to make those so that you have ideas to go with, because that set is so versatile and so beautiful. You're going to absolutely love it. I do. All right. So that's today's episode. Thanks so much for joining me. I hope you love it. I hope you'll shop on my website. It's carryout.stampin'up.net. I would love to be your demonstrator of choice. I will provide you with awesome customer service, and I will continue to provide you with Listen at Lunch episodes so that you can be inspired with creativity with what you have and what you don't have that you want to order from me. All right, I hope everyone's doing well. Have an excellent Labor Day weekend. We'll see you back on Tuesday. Stay well and be blessed.